It's such a cool thing to be a plant lover. That's all I have to say about that. I wanted to go ahead and bring a plant out of the vault. It is doing very poorly. See this plant? Now, this plant was doing really, really well for a long time. I've probably had it 4 to 6 months. It's been happy. It's gotten lots of new growth. What happened with this plant is overconfidence. This was doing really well, and I don't know if y'all have seen my pothos video, but I like to plant them with some dirt on them, and I decided to clean it up a little bit. Well, a lot of plants, when you put them in LECA, you get them established and they're happy. This is the second plant this has happened to me. I will pull it out of the LECA, clean it even better, put it back in the LECA, and what happened with this one was I just watered it like normal, like I had been for months. And really, if you pull them out of LECA after the roots have kind of established themselves, it's really good to treat that plant like a brand new plant in LECA. If you take it out, clean it, put it back in the LECA, and leave a ton of water in the bottom, it will probably get root rot. So what I should have done is take it out, clean it and everything, put it in, but not water it for a few days. It'll make it, or if it doesn't, I can go ahead and put some of those roots in water propagation and kind of start over. But that's one of my plants from the vault. I want to start showing y'all plants that aren't doing well and talk about why. I was not intending to buy plants this week. I have a lot of plants. If you've seen my house tour, I have 100 plants. To me, that's plenty. I probably have more like 130, but I don't want to think about that number. It's kind of daunting. I do have most of my plants in LECA. So if you're new to this channel, I do a lot of LECA things. Once they're established in LECA, they're just a dream to take care of. So the plant haul. This, I'm gonna link this nursery down below. Because it's been there for 40 years, you can imagine, it's like NSC Tropicals in the middle of nowhere. The nursery, I live in San Antonio, it was an hour drive, and it literally was in the middle of nowhere. And it's a destination nursery. So it was my birthday, Mark and I went. I was gonna take footage, but I wanted to, sometimes I don't wanna do too much camera work because I just wanna absorb every moment. I want my cells to absorb the beauty of the plants, the humidity in the greenhouse. A philodendron Brazil, the leaves were this big, and I'll put it up here. If you're on my Instagram, you would have seen it. I put it up here. And I got some little plants. Like, the reason I went was I wanted, instead of roses on the front desk at the office, I wanted to find a plant that had red in it. And I didn't know even what I was looking for, but when I walked into this building, there's only one greenhouse that has houseplants, and then there's like 20 other greenhouses. I didn't even go in those. I was in the houseplant greenhouse for almost 2 hours, and after being there an hour, the owner has a personal stash, and she started bringing stuff in from her stash. One of them was the Philodendron Graziella, which is this one. That was from her private stash. She had 15 or 20 of these. They were $12. Okay, so the moral of the story, if you don't make it to the end of this video, is definitely don't get in a hurry. If you want a plant, put it on a wish list and just pray that that plant comes into your possession for $12.99. Just wanted something for the front desk instead of roses for Valentine's Day, which is this week. And lo and behold, when I walk in, there's this huge table, and someone, and it's a guy in his 20s who's an introvert and loves plants, arranges all these little house plants and really beautiful pots, and you take it home with you for less than $30. The plant that I got for the front desk had 7 plants in it. These, and He just was really good with texture and color, and then he had some height in there. These three I just got because my husband wanted me to make him something like that. My husband has got it in his mind, he wanted some cactus for his bathroom counter. And so I picked 3 cactuses, and this guy took the 3 cactuses, and I had a little, I had this thing, the container I had picked, and he made me this for less than $30. Isn't that just... So basically it was a plant artist in the greenhouse with you. So there was lots of good surprises about this place. Green Gate corner, and saw this gorgeous, what? Look, it's so pretty. The Anthurium superbum. With leaves that are kind of leathery and just textury and gorgeous. I am totally just, it's a Jose Bueno. There you have it. Look at the leaves. Look at the leaves. Now, just so you know, if you're kind of new, look at this leaf. If you're kind of new to plants, this is a beautiful plant, and look at the size, $39, $39.99. So on Etsy, I could have paid $150. Please, plant people, don't get in a hurry. Allow the plants to come to you. So this guy, I can tell she took a cutting and then put it out for sale. Now, the yellow leaves will not absorb. They don't have any green in them, so no chlorophyll. So the cool thing about variegated plants is they're variegated. The terrible thing about variegated plants is they're variegated. So they're beautiful to look at. Many of them are very slow growing. Like this all yellow leaf cannot receive nutrients. So it's depending on these speckly leaves. So just know that. Cool thing about this philodendron is, see this leaf? By this time next year, the leaves will be the size of my arm, like an elephant's trunk. So I am looking forward to that moment. But this one was a nice look at this specimen. Again, $39. $39 is expensive for a plant. However, it has a full root system. I could take cuttings off of this plant. I could divide this plant. This plant is a full-size plant. I am going to stake it and put it in leca. Gosum, which is like pig's ear, it's scrunchy like this, and then it has the thing. She said she's had these kinds of plants for upwards of 14 years in her nursery, and no one bought them. And suddenly, in the last 4 years, aroids have taken off, philodendrons are highly coveted, and they sell the second she puts it out in the main area. So my question of the day is, what plant do you have in your plant list, your wish list, that you're okay just waiting for it to come to you? The connection to this nursery came through me pursuing someone on Instagram that was local. So Instagram is good, social is good, but if at all possible, definitely connect locally if you want a fuller plant experience, and be patient. So like, if you meet one person from your area on Instagram and y'all message each other in January, and then you go to a nursery and you make a friend in February, that is part of building your own community. And it's very important to making your plant walk a successful one. So just a little mom talk there. I have met the most amazing people in San Antonio and the surrounding area in the last 6 months through plants, through this hobby where we don't have to talk about politics or religion, but we can talk about chlorophyll and leca. And I wish that for everyone because it's very fulfilling. and it's a great way to connect with people. Speaking of that, San Antonio, we're having a plant swap in the next 4 weeks. I will be posting it. Follow me on my Instagram, and just can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to meet anyone with green leaves anywhere in their vicinity. And if you don't have any, I will probably force them on you for your birthday. So drink lots of water, hug your partner, your spouse, your children, share the love of plants this week. It's Valentine's Day. Give someone a heart-shaped plant, whether they want one or not, and we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.